Star Center Ice Arena in Plano, Texas for the 2019 American Collegiate Hockey Association Men's Division III National Championship Tournament. Hosted by the Frisco Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Dallas Stars, and the Children's Health Star Center Ice Rinks. This is public address announcer Jim Leo. This pool play B game tonight features on the visiting bench the number 2 ranked team from the Atlantic region, the Fairfield Stags. And on the home team bench, the number 1 ranked team from the Pacific region, the University of Kansas Jayhawks. First, let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting team bench, the Fairfield Stags. Starting in goal, a senior for Watertown, Massachusetts, number 35, Nick Lonnie. At defense, a senior from Basking Ridge, New Jersey, number 21, Dan Giacomo. On defense, a freshman from Winchester, Massachusetts, number 2, Mark Vaughn. At left wing, a senior from Bergen County, New Jersey, number 13, Kyle Morano. At right wing, a freshman from Cambridge, Massachusetts, number 11, Matt Longfield. And at center, a junior from North Alabama, New Jersey, number 89, Michael Schroeder. Fairfield is coached by Mike Silva, assisted by Lloyd Shaw. And now, the starting lineup for the home team bench, the University of Kansas Jayhawks. Starting the goal, the junior from Savage, Minnesota, number 1, Ben Smith. At defense, a sophomore from Stockholm, Sweden, number 3, Johan Steen. At defense, a freshman from Automedy, Minnesota, number 18, Aiden Pearson. At left wing, a senior from Liberty, Missouri, number 12, Preston McConnell. And right wing, a senior from Kansas City, Kansas, number 13, Miles Manson. At center, a senior from Omaha, Nebraska, number 23, Brent Bachman. The Jayhawks are coached by Andy McConnell, assisted by Chase Pruitt and Alex Williamson. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise and kindly remove all caps for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner.
Welcome Welcome to the ACHA National Hockey Championships, coming to you live from the Children's Health Star Center in Plano, Texas. It's the D3 National Hockey Tournament between the Fairfield Stags and the Kansas Jayhawks. Tonight's game in Pool B is a winner-take-all, as the winner advances to the national semifinal on Friday. If the game were to end in a tie, the Stags would advance to the national semifinal on a goals-allowed tiebreaker. I'm Todd Cordelone, the broadcast partner, Justin DeVellis. Wow, partner, are you ready for this one?
Oh, man, I'm ready to go.
Fairfield, other side, it's messing around. Let's see who ends up grabbing. Still with the puck. Picked up by the Jayhawks, shot on goal by McConnell.
Yeah, a chance for Kansas. You see their offense just so potent.
Well, it's a great start for the Jayhawks. Kansas is on a 23-game winning streak. They haven't been in situations all year. Where they've had a lot of close games, so we'll see how they react if they get into a close one tonight. 23-game winning streak on the line. They got here in this tournament, they're 2-0 in Pool B. They beat Oakland 2-0 and Tampa 7-2. Fairfield, meanwhile, is 2-0 in Pool B. They defeated Tampa in overtime 3-2. And Oakland 2-1 as the puck rolls to Smith. He'll wrap it around the near boards. Picked up by Sample. Now it's picked up by Stanton. Stanton throws it around the far boards. Puck still in front of the circle. Now it's picked up by Johnson, who's got 6 goals in this tournament. 2 hat tricks. Dane Johnson, the star of this Division III tournament thus far for Kansas, and may be the best player in this tournament. Puck along the near boards. Now it's brought out. There's a shot taken away by number 8 by Glass on goal. So Lonnie's been busy to start. Here's Fisher. Fisher on the wrister just goes wide of the goal. Kansas thus far carrying the play. 18-10 to go in the first period. If you just joined us, we're scoreless.
Ooh, that was a big hit there behind the net.
Here comes Fairfield with a puck. They'll throw it along the near side. Butler fighting for it along with Watkins. And Bennett comes up with a puck, but he has it poke checked away from him. Good job there by Knightley. Jayhawks now have the puck as Fisher brings it up across the center line.
Ooh.
He's knocked down. Now they fight for it at center ice, and it comes to the stick of Waserstrong. Now the puck is poked up in the air. It's bouncing all around. Went off the stick of Olsen. And now the Stags have the puck. Here's Thomas Mazzaro. He'll leave it for Knightley. Now Kansas will go ahead and take the puck behind the goal from the pass from Knightley. 17-15 to go in the scoreless first period. Puck played off the stick of Sample. Here come the Jayhawks. McConnell crossing the blue line. He'll give it to Manson. Manson looking, he shot wide of the goal. He had a goal on yesterday versus Tampa. Now Brown with the puck in behind the goal. Brown will leave it for Steen. Steen will throw it up the near boards. Now it's deflected. Comes right out in front of the net, and the Jayhawks will throw it out to the neutral zone. This is picked up by Guy Birra. Guy Birra will throw it into the Kansas in. They fight for it in behind the net. Thought about a wrap around by Smith. They'll go ahead and shoot it on Smith. Does Longfield. Saved by Smith. Puck still bouncing around in between. Another shot on goal by Longfield. And the Jayhawks will shoot it down the ice. 16-20 to go in a scoreless first period.
Yeah, I want to say that was a nice glove down in the slot. It was a beautiful point-blank chance. And Fairfield, they haven't controlled the puck a lot in this first period, but almost a scoring opportunity there.
Delatorre has it taken away from by Steen. Steen, an offensive defenseman, but he also can play excellent defense. Here's Steen with a puck along the near boards. Now he'll throw it down in the corner. Couple bodies bump each other. Puck comes out to the top of the circle eventually. Now it's thrown back in by Pearson. Now the Jayhawks play it along the boards, and that'll be Glass. Glass will get it over the other side of Wooded Pearson. Let's see who does come up with the puck now in the neutral zone. That'll be Engel. Engel has it poked away from him. Here's Gleason with it. Gleason with a drive wide of the goal. Puck comes all the way out to center ice. Now it's picked up by Knightley. Oh, great move there by Gleason. He avoided a check. He'll go ahead and go on the line change. Smith will come behind the goal and wrap it around the near boards. Here comes Johnson. 6 goals in this tournament. They've got to shut him down.
Oh!
Fairfield, if they have any chance. There's a big bump.
Oh,
and another
2 big hits.
Hit. 2 big hits is correct. Justin, you're right on the spot as Engel took a tumble. Now here's Moak with a puck. Moak with it in the corner. Has it taken away from him. Here come the Stags as they shoot it out to the neutral zone. They fight forward there. That is Lee's. Now they shoot it into Kansas in, and the Jayhawks pick up the puck as Fisher had his pass blocked. He'll leave it over for his line mate on the far side and receive it back from him. Now they'll throw it in the neutral zone. That line mate was number 27, Moak. Now Fairfield goes ahead and throws the puck back into the Kansas end. Jayhawks carrying the play here. Now here comes Sample with it. He'll play it into the Kansas end. Jayhawks have it in behind the goal. Take a bump after the pass made. Now here's Bennett. He has it poked away from him. Puck in the corner, 13:50 to go. Scoreless first period, 2 shots apiece. There's a wrister by Anderson, and we'll have a face-off. End-to-end action here, Justin, excuse me.
Yeah, so, I mean, I feel like Kansas has controlled a lot of this puck, but the shots are almost about even. I can't remember the last time Kansas fired one at the net, so that's the first shot in a while, and now they'll have the face-off over here on Fairfield's end.
Smith has had an outstanding season in net for Kansas, 15-0, 1.96, 1-0 with a 3 GAA. And Lonnie has had an outstanding tournament, 2-0 and a 1.39 GAA. There's a pass into the slot. The Stags weren't able to control that. There's another one thrown in the slot, but the Jayhawks will pick that up, as Longfield wasn't able to control the initial pass in the slot. There's a pass that went wide. Now here's Fairfield with a puck coming along the near board. Shot there off the stick of Moreno, saved by Smith. End-to-end action here, 13:15 to go in the scoreless first period. Winner wins Pool B if we into it and goes to the national semifinal. Here's a pass in the slot. McConnell wasn't able to control it. Now the puck in the boards, it goes in behind the goal. They throw it out, nobody there but a Stag. Fairfield has the puck in the Kansas end. Along the far boards, that was Russell Mazzaro tied up. And now they have to throw it out to the neutral zone and try it again. Good job by Kansas to get it out of there. As now Glass has the puck. Glass along the far boards. Still with it, trying to go through 2 defenders. Can't do it, but he gets the puck back. He takes a bump and actually goes right to the goalie, Lonnie. And we'll have a face-off with 12:30 to go in a scoreless first period. Shots 5 for the Jayhawks, 3 for the Stags.
So I'll tell you what, I mean, Fairfield missed out on a big opportunity. Jordan tried to center it, and he couldn't connect. But Fairfield's firing it at the net pretty well right now as a Kansas faceoff comes in the Fairfield zone.
Pretty even game played thus far, isn't it, Justin?
Yeah, pretty even, I would say. Fairfield got some really good shots, maybe an opportunity here.
There's a shot by Lees and a save by Smith. Now the puck goes to the other side. Picked up by Johnson. He tried to clear it, he can't. Lees will stop it with his glove, but it'll go to Steen. Steen will poke it out to the neutral zone. It'll come all the way to Johnson. Johnson along the near boards, long shot. That's stopped by Lonnie. Now here comes Fairfield with the puck. 11:50 to go in a scoreless first period. Along the far boards, now in the middle.
They almost got caught, and they're going to call it. Yep.
And they call it offside.
It wasn't gonna be, but yeah, it was Lee's. He had to get back.
That's the hardest thing to do. You know, you got all that momentum coming to you, and it's hard to stop on a dime.
Well, yeah, you got to watch the puck. You got to watch the puck. You know, Fairfield. They got to keep it over here on this end. A neutral zone faceoff, but I mean, Kansas has held the puck. It'd be nice to see Fairfield sustain a drive here.
Here's Malk with it, far side in the corner. He'll leave it over for his line mate. He'll receive it back. He received it back for his line mate. That was Fisher. Here they come in on goal. Shot. Oh, my goodness. Streaking on the goal was Bennett, and he was robbed by Lonnie.
Wow.
Boy, Lonnie took all his candy right out of his pocket on that one.
Wow, I mean, that would have been one of the greater goals we've seen in this tournament. I mean, Bennett, to even be able to get it that close and then try to fire it is a tremendous save. But, I mean, you just see Kansas can get an opportunity just like that.
Just like that, you know. This game is so fast. These players are so fast and so skilled. Things can change on a dime. There's a slap shot that didn't get through. Now they fight for it in behind the goal. And here come the Stags. There's the captain with it, Moreno.
And that was
Decided
tough.
to go ahead and pull it back out. Nice, wide, smooth. Play it in behind the goal. He'll dump and chase as Kansas makes a line change.
Yeah, that was tough there on that last Fairfield drive. You got to be more disciplined because you could have had a scoring chance, but you had to keep the puck in front of the blue line to make sure you weren't offsides.
Puck in the Fairfield end now goes up and out of play. 10:34 to go. Scoreless first period. Winner takes Pool B unless we do have a tie, and the tiebreaker goes to Fairfield for goals allowed.
That puck actually, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, Todd.
Right,
that puck actually hit the rafters. We got the low ceilings here at the Children's Health Star Center.
You know, Justin, I have never seen that in my life, the puck hit the ceiling, till I came along in this tournament. But this is a really nice facility here. The Dallas Stars have done a great job helping us putting on this tournament.
Yes, they have,
here
Todd.
on YouTube television.
You're so correct, and a big hit right in front of us.
All right, puck now played by Bachman. They do clear it. Here comes Manson to chase it. But the Stags beat him to it. Now they've got it along the near boards and shovel it out. Puck comes strolling all the way into the Kansas City. There's a pass out in front, a dangerous one. They weren't able to quite get to it. That player was Della Torre. Now it's out in front of the net. Kansas pokes it away. Great job defensively for the Jayhawks as they get it out to the neutral zone. They'll make a line change. 9:44 in a scoreless first period. And Gleason is just a tad bit offside.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be we're going to head to our first media timeout. We're going to get back into it after the action. I wanted to say something, though, Todd.
Go ahead, talk, and then we'll go right to it. You can come back after the break. You're listening to the ACH National Hockey Tournament on YouTube TV.
The 2019 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Aries Sportswear, official merchandise partner of the ACHA. Howie's Hockey Tape, the official tape provider of the ACHA. And the City of Frisco.
All right, it's no score, 9:41 to go in the first period between Kansas and Fairfield. Justin, right before the break, you had some analysis. Tell me what you thought.
Yeah, I think as we head into the second half of this first period, I think the story of that first half is that Fairfield has had some chances, but they've been undisciplined and they haven't capitalized. They've left some opportunities. When the puck's been on the doorstep, the Stags have left the opportunity on the doorstep. They haven't taken advantage, and that's the story. Undisciplined from Fairfield. They got to pick it up.
Puck in the Kansas end. The face-off went to Pearson. He'll receive it back. He'll get it to his teammate. That'll be Steen. Steen with it, coming in on goal. He still tried to put it out to his partner out in front. It was taken away by the men wearing the black sweaters. That is Fairfield. There's a big hit. Boy, laid the wood there. And now Pearson has the puck. Boy, that big check there was Engel laying the wood to one of the Fairfield players. Now the Jayhawks have the puck in behind the goal. Less than 9 minutes now to play in a scoreless first period. Stay with us here on YouTube TV as every ACH men's and women's game is here on ACHA. We still have the D3 tournament obviously going on and the women's D2 and D1. Check out all the games on YouTube television. Puck now in the Kansas end. Tied up a player was Mazzaro, Thomas Mazzaro. Now the Jayhawks do come up. They win that little small battle there, which becomes a huge one as the game goes on. Glass wasn't able to keep it in. They fight for it along the boards. It comes to Engel. He's knocked down by a couple players. Let's see, it does come to the stick of Johnson. He'll play it in behind the Fairfield goal. The Jayhawks make a line change. 8:05 to play in the scoreless first period. There's a pass that was intercepted by Ryan. He'll dump it in behind the Kansas goal as the Jayhawks play dump and shake. There's chasers. 4 players in there fighting for it along the corner. Comes out to the stick of Fisher. He'll take a wrister. And Lonnie will hold on to that. We're scoreless with 7:52 to play in the first period.
Yeah, and the shot's 9-4 right now. Another face-off coming on Fairfield's end. So Kansas knocking on the door. They almost had that one chance, but it was a great save by Fairfield's netminder. So Fairfield gets to win the draw here, Todd.
I'm sure Michael Silva had a talk with his. There's a wrister on goal. Saved by Smith. The captain of Fairfield there, after he took the wrister, he decided to go ahead and do the linesman job. Put it right back on the post. That was Moreno. Moreno doing a little housekeeping here this evening. But anyway, Michael Silva, I'm sure he had the conversation. Somebody please account for Johnson. He's got 6 goals in the tournament. There's a shot that was played in softly into the Fairfield end off the stick of Ryan. And Lonnie will cover up that for a face-off. 7:33 to go. Scoreless here in the first period between Kansas and Fairfield. You know, you think Kansas, you think basketball and Bill Self. But Anderson McConnell has done a great job with this program.
Yeah, just a tremendous job to even get here for the national championship. And if they win, I mean, they're going to the semifinals. So, you know, they're not done playing hockey, but it all depends on how they finish out this game.
Fairfield with a puck, 2-on-2. Now it's 2-on-3. The Jayhawks poke it away. That'll be Manson coming up the far board so softly as he takes a hit. Put it in behind the Stags goal. They'll pick it up, throw it out to the neutral zone, and come out to the stick of Fisher. Fisher plays it in off a player. It goes in behind the Fairfield goal. Puck thrown out, nobody there. But the Stags, here's a wrister, shot blocked by Anderson. Good defensive play there. Now Fairfield has it as Stanton tried to wheel it around. He couldn't. Kansas turns it over. Gleason's got it top of the circle, top of the slot. Wrister saved by Smith. Good job by Gleason to get that shot off.
Oh, it was a beautiful shot and almost a miscue. And almost a miscue by Kansas, not clearing that puck and leaving it for Fairfield. Could have been really, really detrimental bad for Kansas.
You know, turnovers and special teams are such a critical part of hockey there, Justin. They decide pretty much every game in hockey, but the tight ones especially. Here's Johnson with it, trying to go around a player. He's taken into the boards. Puck rolls in behind the Fairfield goal. Now it's to the corner on the far side. Kansas able to keep it in, though. Look who's got the puck down low. That was Engel. Now comes back out to the stick of Ryan Smith. Jayhawks throw it in behind the goal. There's a one-timer. Oh, off the stick of Engel. And Lonnie, what a save.
Wow, I don't know how. He had to go from one side of the post to the other on the pass. Remarkable. He's keeping them in this game right now.
Seen a lot of great goaltending, Justin, in this tournament from several goaltenders. It's incredible, the goaltending here. 6:02 to go in a scoreless first period. Stags win the face-off. They go in behind the goal. They try to clear it. Kept in by Pearson. And now Vaughn has it. He'll wrap it around the near boards. Fairfield to play it out to the neutral zone. Went off the stick of Thomas Mazzaro. Now the puck comes all the way to Smith on a shot. And Smith, the goalie for Kansas, will cover it up, and the linesman will have to come in and break up a bunch of white and black shirts. We're going to see that as the game goes along. I think you're going to see the physical play pick up.
Yeah, we've seen it get physical. In the last game I just called, it was physical between Air Force and Farmingdale. So, I mean, these guys got a lot to play for. I can't blame them for getting physical, as long as it doesn't get dirty.
Right. Jiberi and company still fighting forward for Fairfield. They do keep it in. Great job by Thomas Mazzaro to keep it in as he'll leave to go to the bench. The Jayhawks have the puck in behind the net. They're waiting to set up. Here they come. Coming out of the neutral zone, but it's gloved by Stanton. Excuse me, that was Jiberi. I apologize for that. Puck in behind the goal as Kansas retains possession. 5 minutes to go in the scoreless first period. Puck went off the stick of Ryan and down the ice. Vaughn will pick up that. He lost it right out in front dangerously. Shot the backhander. Oh, the backhander by Bennett came oh so close. And we have a stoppage of play.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that mistake by Fairfield almost came back to bite them where the sun don't shine. That could have been a goal for Kansas. But again, I mean, you got that guy in net really saving.
Lonnie has been an absolute, absolutely spectacular today. It's off to a great start. Each goalie is thus far. They've been perfect. Now after the face-off, the puck trickles into the Kansas end. 3 players fight for it along the near boards. They're trying to get it. Let's see who comes up with it. That'll be Fisher. Fisher now has it in the Fairfield end. He has it poked away from him. Comes to the stick of Monero. He'll play it over to the far side boards. Now the pass goes off the stick of a Fairfield player, and they'll make a line change as the Jayhawks have it. Now the long pass goes off the stick of McConnell. It'll go all the way to Lonnie, who'll leave it for one of his friends in behind the goal. Now the puck is out in the neutral zone. Picked up by a Jayhawk. That's Molk, and he'll play it off the boards, and now we got another stoppage of play. As they'll bring it all the way down the ice.
Yeah, so it's been pretty even now. We're 16 minutes through. Now it's going to come down to the last 4 minutes. I mean, you've played an even game, but you can't slip up here in the final 4 minutes if you're either side because, you know, you've played so well. You don't want to give one up here and lose the period.
Face off deep in the Kansas end after the icing. There's a wrist shot. Boy, he had a nearly almost put it in. As Nearly's wrister, and Smith was able to up to the task. Now the puck comes in between the 2 circles. Fisher gets rid of it on the backhander. They play it out to the neutral zone, and McConnell's with it. McConnell's had a heck of a tournament, too. There's a shot and a great save off the stick of Bachman by Lonnie. Boy, he just took all his candy out of his pocket there, and he's not giving it back. What a save. There, the puck's poke checked out to the neutral zone. Played over there by Knightley in behind the goal. And now Anderson will have it for Kansas. 3:15 to go. And a scoreless first period. You can just join us here on YouTube TV, Pool B. The winner goes to the National Championship semifinals in D3 here in the ACHA. 2 minutes left to go in the period. Here's Fairfield within the Kansas end. There's Bulmer with it, shot on goal, and Smith will corral that with his glove and everything else he can think of. And we've got a face-off.
Yeah, so little words being exchanged now after the play. I like the strategy from Fairfield to just try to throw it at the net. It wasn't really a high percentage shot right there, but you're going to get the face-off, so maybe you can get a little one-time off the draw here.
Well, face-offs determine games. This is an important one for Kansas that you want to win it. For the Jayhawks, puck goes to the near circle. They fight for it along the boards. That is Steen. Steen will win that battle. He still has it. He'll leave it back in a corner for Engel. Engel has it. He goes through one player, poke checked by another. Engel was able to get it back, and now the puck is in the Fairfield end of the ice. Now it's in the neutral zone as Thomas Mazzaro will play it in behind the goal. Smith will ramp it around the boards, and here comes Johnson with it. His pass was intercepted. Now there's a bump there at center ice as Thomas Mazzaro intercepted. He took a bump. Now he has it poked away from him, and that's by Engel. Engel with it. He'll give it over to Glass. Glass along the boards. He's pinned there. Nice defense by Fairfield, but it's kept in by Pearson. Long pass and a shot that went wide of the goal. Puck comes all the way out to the neutral zone. That'll be picked up by Pearson. Pearson will shoot it into the Fairfield end, and I believe we have a penalty. We have a stoppage of play. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, and
it's going to be on, see, what is it? High stick? It'll be a high stick. It'll be on Guybira. Guybira, excuse me. I think it was a high stick. That's what it looked like. So 2 minutes for high sticking, 1:52 to go in the first period. Fairfield will have a power play 8 seconds into the second period. Yep, 2 minutes for high sticking. Here's Steen with it. Steen with it. Kansas will have the power play. If they don't score, they'll have 8 seconds in the second period to do so. Here's Kansas 5-on-4. 1:30 to go in the period, 1:38 in the power play. Shot out front, there's traffic, but it's like it went into the glove of Lonnie, and then it looked like it bounced off him. And did he end up keeping it, or did it go on the boards? I couldn't tell through the net.
Yeah, it looked like it went up into the mesh.
It did. It went off him and into the mesh. Boy, I know Lonnie's glove got a piece of it, and maybe his stick, too, and his body. Lonnie's had one heck of a first period, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's keeping them in the game single-handedly.
He's a superstar goalie. He's just been spectacular in this tournament. 1.39 GAA. There's a pass and it goes off a player out into the Kansas. We'll have to pick it up in the neutral zone. Here we go as Johnson with it along the near side. Stags are able to poke it away from him. Good job there by Fairfield on the penalty kill so far there, Justin.
Yeah, and they're going to be on the penalty for the rest of the period.
Here's Johnson with it, trying to go inside. Good job by the Stags defense to poke it away from him. It's kept in by Steen. Steen can pass that puck. He's had about a dozen or so assists on the year. Steen is an absolute good hockey player all the way around. I've been impressed with Johan Steen this entire tournament. Johan Steen has 18 assists during the regular season. 37 seconds left in the period. Shot off the stick of Bachman. Looked like it went through everybody and got deflected at the end of its path. Here's Steen with it again near the far boards. Now he'll come out inside the blue line. Good pass, but it went off the stick of Johnson. He wasn't quite able to hold it. It might have been Pearson. That 9 looked like an 8. It's hard to look through the net. There's a pass out front, 8 seconds to go. Steen's got it, shot, and Lonnie will just go ahead and cover that. What a first period with 6 seconds to play.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Fairfield, though. It's not just Lonnie and net. They're getting a lot of their defensemen on the ice trying to block shots, even when Kansas is able to rifle one off.
That's an excellent point. You know, their defensemen are willing to sacrifice their body. And look, they've only given up 3 goals in this tournament. Outstanding defensive team is Fairfield. There's a shot on goal on Lonnie, and he'll cover that up.
Yeah.
Well, you know, if they can see it, they can usually stop it. That went off the stick of Steen.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the Kansas offense, too. I mean, you talk about goals in the tournament. They've scored 13. So even with 1 second to go, you still got to be playing here if you're Fairfield because it's on your end.
Yes, it would take one heck of a play to get it in, but it is feasible. And that is the end of the first period. We are scoreless between Kansas and Fairfield. You're listening to the ACH National Hockey Championships here on YouTube television. We'll be back with our second period between Kansas and Fairfield. We're scoreless here at the Children's Health Star Center in Plano, Texas.
The 2019 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Aries Sportswear, official merchandise partner of the ACHA. Howie's Hockey Tape, the official tape provider of the ACHA. And the City of Frisco.
Stags. The winner of this game will come out of Pool B and play for the national semifinal tomorrow on Friday. Each team is 2-0 in Pool B. Kansas defeated Oakland 6-3, and then Tampa 7-2 on yesterday. Fairfield defeated Tampa in overtime 3-2, and defeated Oakland 2-1 on yesterday. What do you expect here in the second period there, Justin?
Well, I expect Fairfield to clean up some mistakes and some undisciplined play in the first period. I'm sure they got an earful in the intermission from their coach.
Long field with it'll throw it in behind the Kansas goal after the faceoff. We're scoreless if you just joined us. Shots on goal, 15 for Kansas, 10 for Fairfield. There's a shot that was wrapped around the net. Smith got a piece of that. Puck out in the neutral zone. Here they come along the near boards. That is Glass. Glass left, tried to leave it for his partner. Got poked away from him, comes right back to him. Score! Left it for Engel the first time. The second time, Engel didn't miss it. And Engel has his third goal of the tournament. And Kansas leads 1-0 with 19:20 to go in the first period.
Yeah, I mean, it was about time that they snuck one by. So many chances there in the first. And now, not even a minute into the second, they get that goal that they were chasing.
Tremendous goal there by Engel. One nothing Kansas. After the face-off, the Jayhawks have the puck. They had it poked away from it. Was played along the boards. Now it goes back into the Fairfield end. Geary has it. Long pass goes off the near boards and down the ice. It avoided number 91, Delatorre. Now the puck is out in the neutral zone. It went off the stick of Delatorre, and here come the Jayhawks with it. Kansas leading 1-0 just on a goal by Engel momentarily ago. There's a pass right in the slot. Oh, shot and a save by Lonnie. There's a pass that was blocked. Fairfield starting to lay the body here to start the second period. 18:27 to go. They're down 1-0. Here's Nearly with a puck. Nearly able to avoid Ryan. Here comes Geary and company as they throw it down the ice. Now they fight for it along the far boards. Comes to number 22, Bulmer, whose shot is just wide of the goal. Now it's played with a stick, but it wasn't quite high enough. Kansas thought it was a high stick. Nevertheless, the puck is in behind the goal. 17:50 to go, 1-0 Kansas. Here comes Bennett. Tried to get it all the way to the goal. The puck came to the goal, but he did not. And Lonnie throws that one away. Now the puck bounces out to the blue line. Comes all the way to Bulmer. Bulmer went around one Jayhawk, tried to get through another, had it poked away from him. Good poke check there by the Jayhawks as they have the puck in the neutral zone.
Yeah,
they throw it in behind the goal and they'll do a line change.
Just a quick note, they're actually going to give Glass that goal. The time of the goal, 40 seconds into the second period. So Glass actually gets credit
They gave
with the goal.
on the deflection to Glass. Thank you very much for that, Justin. I greatly appreciate it. So Glass has the goal, and it's Kansas leading 1-0 with 17:06 to go in the second period. There's a played it around the boards by Brown. Comes out. There's a shot blocked, and the Stags clear it down the ice. There's a long pass by Smith that'll come to Johnson at center ice. Here's Johnson coming in. This is where he's dangerous. Oh, quick wrister by Johnson. And Lonnie robbed him there. Johnson gets that puck, Justin, in between that slot. Usually it's over.
Yeah, I mean, he's been the leading point getter for this Kansas team in the tournament. He almost extended his total there.
He's just a tremendous hockey player, is Johnson. There's a shot or pass went off the stick of number 23, Brown. Now the puck is out in the neutral zone. Picked up by Vaughn. Vaughn at center ice. Vaughn will play it into the Kansas end around the boards and avoiding the stick of Smith. Puck along the boards on the near side. Now it comes in out behind the goal. 16:20 to go. 1-0 Kansas on a goal by Glass. Now Fairfield has the puck in their own end as Jibera has it. Playing along the boards for Thomas Mazzaro. He's tied up by Bachman. 3 or 4 players going at it. It's going to come to a Jayhawk. It's going to come right to Steen. Steen, top of the circle, shot saved by Lonnie. Tremendous effort by Lonnie. Another shot. It looked like it got deflected off a Fairfield defenseman. Puck in behind the goal. They fight for it. Still fight for it in behind the goal. Vaughn fighting for it. Comes out to the Jayhawks inside the blue line. There's a wrister. And Lonnie covers that up. They'll break up the players. And a good wrister off the stick of Bachman. 15:31 to go, 1-0 Kansas. Each team on a line change. All right. Here's Longfield with it. He's got a couple with him. He'll play it over for Monero. Monero couldn't reach it now. The puck's in the near side of the corner. Still in there, 3 players fighting for it. One of them is Ryan. He's still fighting for it. Wrestles out in front. Comes right to a Jayhawk at the top of the circle. That Jayhawk was Bennett. Now Olsen leaves it. And he'll throw it into the Fairfield end. It was picked up by one of the Stags. Ryan had it. He lost it momentarily. Now 27's wide open out in front. And oh, Monk was open. Went off his stick and just tipped wide. Lonnie and Fairfield were fortunate there. It wasn't 2-0. Pass out to the neutral zone. Now it comes to the end where Nearly plays it. That pass is intercepted. Now it's thrown back into the corner as Geary will get it. He'll wrap it around the boards. It'll come for Longfield. Longfield has it poked away from him by Johnson. Johnson looking to throw it out front. It doesn't make it. He ends up kicking back to him. Now the Jayhawks shoot one that goes up and out of play as Brown wound up. And it deflected off the stick of Gleason and out of play.
I'll tell you what, you start to feel really lonely in the net if you're Lonnie, because when you're watching this game, you realize Fairfield's not generating any offensive chances. It's the puck's on Fairfield's side the whole time. Lonnie's really got to do extra work. And
he
Fairfield's
does. That's
offense.
an excellent point. You're right. And your puck possession has been predominantly Kansas, correct? I think it's been, this period especially, the puck possession has been higher. There the puck's in the corner, it's thrown out, it's intercepted by a Jayhawk. Coming down the near boards, here's number 25 with an angle. There's a shot, and boy, Lonnie's just a tremendous goalie. Comes up with another one, Justin.
Yeah, he's got 23 saves already in this one. I mean, in Kansas, firing off so many shots. The shot total 24-10 in favor of the Jayhawks.
Engel will take the face-off. He got the assist on the goal from Glass. Puck goes in behind the goal. Now it's along the far boards. Pass is intercepted. Not a good one. Intercepted by Gleason. He slips and falls. Kansas plays the puck in behind the goal. There's a shot. Blocked out in front off the stick of Manson. Puck now in the neutral zone as Anderson fights for it. Still fighting for it along the boards. See who comes up with it. Engel's over there too, along with Rhinesmith, and the puck is shot in behind the goal. Now it's picked up by Russell Mazzaro. Mazzaro with it. Pass is blocked by Manson. They fight for it in behind the goal. Manson chasing him. Now McConnell's chasing him. He'll switch gears, throw it off the near boards and down the ice. And this is icing. 13:01 to go. In the second period, a tight hockey game, 1-0 Kansas. On a goal by Glass, it was assisted by Engel. Glass during the regular season had 6 goals. You always find an unsung hero in the playoffs, somebody that comes through that normally doesn't come through as much during the regular season does in the tournament. All right, 13:01 to go. They make a late line change here. Look who's, somebody slowly skates to the faceoff. And that man is Glass, who was responsible for the first Kansas goal of the game. Here's Glass along the corner in behind the goal. Does a pirouette and falls down. As he's checked into the boards, puck still loose. Glass trying to get it back again, along with Watkins. Here's Steen with it. He'll take a bump from Russell Mazzaro. Now the puck is out in front of the blue line. It's ramped in off the stick of Steen. Puck over on the far side. Picked up by one of the Jayhawks. He'll throw it over to Steen. Steen decided to pass instead of shoot it. He got it over to Bennett. Bennett takes a tumble, and Stanton will flip it out to the neutral zone. And we have a stoppage of play.
Yeah, so only one penalty in this one.
Right.
And so it's been relatively clean. I mean, the pace has been pretty fluent. But, I mean, you mentioned it earlier, the puck possession, Kansas, it's just they're dominating on the offensive end. And maybe it doesn't show it on the scoreboard with the 1-0 score, but the shots, 24-10, that definitely tells you a story.
Well, if it wasn't for Lonnie, this definitely would be a 2 or 3 goal game. You're right about that. Couple of passes, tic-tac-toe, shot wide of the goal. Kept in by Steen. Steen has it. He'll throw it over to the far side. Jayhawks skate around with it. That's Pearson in behind the goal. He'll leave it for Manson as he's tied up. There's a shot. Looks like Lonnie got maybe a piece of that. Steen with it. Steen being harassed by Catalino. And good job by Fairfield to get out in the neutral zone. Here comes Ballmer with it. Ballmer skating in on a wrister. And Smith had to come up with that. Great job by Ballmer and company to dig the puck out here along the near boards, Justin, and give them that chance down the ice.
Yeah, so I mean, we've talked about the domination by Kansas, but Fairfield almost able to tie the game up right there on that wrister. So I mean, you can look at any stat that you want, but if it's a 1-1 game and you're tied, it doesn't matter how many shots you got as long as you can get it by.
That's correct, and that's Fairfield's style of play. They're not a big offensive team in this tournament, but they played outstanding defense thus far, only allowing 3 goals coming into today. Puck now in the Kansas end, picked up by Bachman. Bachman will leave it for Johnson. Here comes Johnson. He has a poke checked away from him. Fine defensive play is now. Knightley has a puck.
Oh, that was a big hit, Todd.
By Geary, and that was a gigantic hit. You're correct. Here we go, one-on-one, Johnson. Shot, just wide of the goal. He had Lonnie beat on that one. Oh, he just missed, and he rarely misses from there. Now the puck's out in the neutral zone. 3 players fighting for it. One of them is Engel. The other one's nearly. And look who comes up with it is Kansas. They've been winning the little battles here in this hockey game along the boards. There's Olsen. He'll pass. It's out deflected on the other side. Picked up by Knightley. And now Fairfield's got something going on a wrister off the stick of Stanton. And now we've got a stoppage of play with 10:34 to go. 1-0 Kansas over Fairfield. Winner goes to the national semifinal tomorrow. I believe they will play the Sioux.
So, I mean, we see now Fairfield's offense maybe coming alive a little more, some more chances on the offensive end. Maybe they can win this draw and throw it at the net.
There you go, just what the doctor ordered. Shot wide of the goal off the stick of Jones. Puck in behind the goal. Fairfield now trying to get something cooking in Kansas's end. Is nearly has it. He throws it out front, pass is intercepted. I noticed the Jayhawks have been real defensive oriented today. There's a shot that goes wide of the goal. Now the Jayhawks pick it up. They'll throw it out to the neutral zone. Actually, it's going to come all the way to Lonnie. He'll leave it for one of his friends in behind the net. Puck played off the boards. It's bouncing, skipping, chucking around, and it goes off the stick of Bennett in behind the goal. Here comes Kansas on a line change. There's a pass that missed Longfield's stick. It comes in the stick of Moreno. His shot is wide of the goal. Shot out front again. Just got tipped right in front of Smith. Here come the Jayhawks along the near boards. Here they go, ramping around, throw it out front. Oh, he had two guys wide open. He missed it. Look at Smith coming out like Eddie Jockeyman in the corner, the longtime goalie of the New York Rangers. Puck now in the Fairfield end, poked away by Lonnie as it slides all the way to the goal. Oh, good job by Stanton to avoid a check from Steen, and now we're up and out of play.
Yeah, talk about a sheep's footing there, Todd. We're going to go to our media break. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, we are. You're listening to the ACHA National Championships on YouTube television live from the Children's Health Center in Plano, Texas.
The 2019 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Barron Championship Rings, proud sponsor and championship ring provider for the ACHA. Warrior Sports, the preferred stick supplier of the ACHA. The Dallas Stars. For tickets and more information, visit dallasstars.com. And Southwest Airlines, the official event airline partner of the 2019 ACHA National Championships.
Kansas leading 1-0, 9:08 to go. And the second period on a goal from Glass. The assist came off the stick of Engel. And that's where we stand. Kansas wearing white, if you just joined us. Fairfield wearing black. They're the designated visiting team. Kansas is designated home team. Each team slowly skating back out after the media timeout.
I mean, talk about sheep's footing on that last play. Wouldn't you agree, Todd?
I tell you what, you need it. Everybody needs a little of that in the game today. No doubt about it. All right, Kansas won the face-off. They've won the majority of them today. They now have the puck into the Fairfield end. There's a sweet pass. Shot there off the stick of Manson. And Lonnie covers up again. He is an excellent goaltender. He knows how to cut down the angles. Just an excellent job. Face off deep in the Fairfield end at the circle. To the left of Lonnie. Stags win the face off. Now they got it out in the neutral zone. Now Joel has it. Now Stanton plays it in behind the Kansas goal. Here come the Jayhawks with it. Here's Steen with it. Throws it out front. Looked like it was deflected. Jayhawks retain the puck. Pass it out front. Nobody's there, but it comes right to the stick of McConnell. Another shot saved by Lonnie. My goodness. Lonnie is on absolute fire today. Boy, I thought McConnell was going to get one in the middle of the slot in between the two circles. He didn't get it. Here comes Steen with it. Has it poked away from him. Great job there by Jai Barrow. And now Fairfield has the puck. Vaughn has it. He'll flick it into the Kansas end in the far corner. Jayhawks pick that up. Wrapped around the boards. It'll come to Steen. It looks like he'll play it back over there in the corner. And they throw it off the boards, and it's going to come to Geary. Geary in the Kansas end. Still with it. He'll leave it for Lees. Now the puck gets played out to the neutral zone. Comes off the stick of Neary. Long shot on goal. Picked up there by Smith and kicked aside. And we're going to get icing on Kansas. 7:15 to go in the period. They lead 1-0.
Yeah, so interesting last few minutes. I mean, I like the response from Fairfield after Kansas scoring so quickly in this period to start. I think Fairfield's kind of found their footing here a little bit, and now they have a face-off on their end, but they got to throw it at the net.
They do throw it at the net. It almost got by Smith off the stick of Geary. That was so close. There's another one kicked away by Smith. There's another shot off the stick of Longfield. Now Fairfield starting to assert itself here in this hockey game. Here come the Jayhawks with Johnson. He'll leave it for Engel. He couldn't hang on to it. Now the puck goes all the way to Longfield in the corner, and several of them fight for it. Still fighting for it along the boards. Still fighting for it. Comes out to the neutral zone. Comes right to one of the Jayhawks. He'll wrap it around the boards. That was Johnson. And now Fairfield will have it along the near boards, and they get it out, but it's intercepted and played by Molk. Puck along the far side. They fight for it, three of them. One of them is Geary. The other one is Jordan. And they clear it. Monero with it. Shoots it down in the Kansas end. 6:05 to play in the period, 1-0. There's Neary, just plays it in the Kansas end. Puck bouncing all around, came to a Jayhawk. Lost it, came to the stick of Sample instead. He throws it in behind the Kansas goal. Long pass avoiding the Jayhawk stick, and it went to Jones. He'll touch it, and along with Russell Mazzaro, we have icing.
So it's going to go back the other way now. It's going to be an interesting last 6 minutes as your shot count 28-16 in favor of Kansas, but Fairfield by no means. I mean, they're not out of this game. They're throwing it on the net. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're the Stags.
Fairfield wins the face-off. That's Jones getting it. Shot on net. Oh, now we'll have a stoppage of play. So we'll have to put the net back on, and I think we have a penalty on the play. Looks like we're going to get a penalty on Kansas. Looks like we're going to get a cross-check. And that'll put Fairfield on the power play with 5:41 to go in the period. And this is going to stress the Kansas defense. Their penalty killing has been pretty good in this tournament. They've killed, well, it has not been very good. Excuse me, I apologize. Power play's been great at 67%, which is second. But the penalty kill is 13th in this tournament at 62. Let's see what Fairfield can do on the power play. They have not scored a power play goal this tournament, so let's see which one comes to life here. As the puck goes up and out of play, and this is a critical point of the game here. 5:33 to go. We'll have a face-off deep in the Kansas end to the right of Smith. Monero on the face-off for Fairfield. Kansas wins the face-off. They'll go ahead and shoot it down the ice off the stick of Fisher. So Fisher does his job. Lonnie will leave it for his friend in behind the goal. And here come the men in black. They have the puck. Monero's one fast skater. He's already in the Kansas end. Shot on goal, just wide on the wrister. Let him right in there. There's Vaughn with it. He keeps it in. You know, he gave it to one of his friends and ended up getting kicked out. That was not a good play there. Jiberia with it. Longfield had made the errant pass. Now the puck goes in behind the goal, and now we have a stoppage of play.
Yeah, so a minute 13 left on this power play, but it doesn't look like Fairfield's the team on the power play yet. Got to get more chances, got to crash the net.
You know what? That is what I want to see from each team, crashing the net. You know, a lot of these shots they've been from a long distance. I haven't seen a ton of them in close. And let's see if each team deploys that strategy a little bit more, crashing the net. I do agree with that. 4:49 to go in the period. 1:06 in the Fairfield power play. Here it is, Nearly. Nearly will get it over to Geary, back to Nearly. Oh, man, Nearly almost had it. And Nearly went in. Now puck is along the near boards. Here comes Geary. Geary and Neary here teaming up. There's Neary with it, lost it off his stick. He was able to retain it. Play it along the boards to Stanton. Now the puck is in behind the goal as Bulmer has it. Now he throws it out front. Shot saved by Smith. Now the puck is over in the near corner. Jayhawks are having a hard time clearing it. 25 seconds left in the power play. They can't get it out, and they finally do. Here's a breakaway by Mason. He scores! Manson scores short-handed. Kansas leads it 2-0, 3:57 to go. Justin, kind of a bad break off the boards, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Got behind the Fairfield defense, and Manson tucked it home on a short-handed goal. Huge break there for Kansas. And that's one thing about this team during the tournament. When they've been on the breakaway, they have learned to finish. 2-0. Russell Mazzaro tied up with Manson in behind the goal. That goal was unassisted and short-handed. Here's Longfield in behind the goal. Now the power play has expired. We're 5 apiece. 3:35 to go. The Jayhawks are up 2-0 over the Stags. Here's Kansas with a puck played softly along the boards to number 9, Bennett, who takes a wallop. There's Olsen with it. He'll throw it out front. Come to a Jayhawk player who throws it over there to number 28. Ryan, it went right in between his skates. He wasn't able to get it. And now Jordan picks it up for the Stags, and they do clear it. But the pass is intercepted by Pearson. Pearson will play it back in behind the Fairfield net. They'll fight for it. Bennett and company will fight for it. There's a pass thrown out front by the stick of Ryan, but it's taken away by the Stags. And Knightley. Here comes Nearly with it. Nearly almost scored earlier. A shot that was wide of the goal, and now Kansas has it in the neutral zone. Now that they have it in Fairfield's in, we have an offsides. We have a bump there by Moreno as he bumped Engel, and the linesmen come in and break it away. All right, face off directly in front of us. Sample will take it for Fairfield. And Engel took it for Kansas. Fairfield wins the draw. Puck bouncing all over the place. Comes to us. Let's see who actually wins it. That's Johnson. Shot blocked. Great block by Vaughn. Great job. Here's Sample with it. He'll throw it over to Knightley. Now it's poked away by Thomas Mazzaro. Shot on goal, saved by Smith. Good job by Smith there to cut down the angle. There's a Vaughn tried to get it in the Kansas end. He did, but it was intercepted and brought back out quickly. Played well off the stick of Jibera. Here he comes in on goal, shot. And boy, that was a dangerous play. All alone was Sample, and Smith made the save. Now the puck is all the way out to the neutral zone of Fairfield. There's a pass poked away. Good defense there by Thomas Mazzaro. There's a long slap shot off the stick of Catalino wide of the goal. 1:35 to go in the period. Jayhawks retain possession of it, and they shoot it out to the neutral zone. Jibera shoots it all the way into the Kansas end as he retrieved that play from earlier. And now the Jayhawks retain possession of the puck. Here's Kansas in, throw it into the corner. That was off the stick of Steen. Rampton tied up is Manson. Tied up by Vaughn. They'd be able to get the puck loose. Good job. Kept in by McConnell. There's a shot off the stick of Steen. It went wide. Thrown back out in front by Manson. Here's McConnell fighting to keep it in. He wins that battle. They get it down the corner to Kansas. Less than a minute played in a period. Steen with it, in front of the logo. Steen looking to shoot. Steen coming in, he passes it right to Manson. He just missed. Looked like Lonnie got a piece of it. Now here's off the stick. Pass it down low off the stick of Bachman. Now he'll receive it back. Shot, oh, in front of traffic. He almost got it. 27 seconds left in the period. They tie one another up. There's a pass out front. Feels like Fairfield's just hanging on here. There's a shot off Manson. Off a stick that goes wide of Lonnie. Boy, they still fight forward. 10 seconds to go. Kansas relentless here. There's a pass out front. And Bennett gets bumped off. And Fairfield will avoid that onslaught. Bennett gets it poked away from him. He got it back. And time expires as the second period ends. Kansas leading Fairfield 2-0, shots on goal. Kansas 30, Fairfield 18. Excellent second period. And Justin and I will come back to talk about it before the start of the third period. You're listening to the ACHA National Hockey Championships from Plano, Texas. It's a D3 National Hockey Tournament here on YouTube television.
Edge Pro Tech, Frisco Convention and Visitors Bureau, Hogan Transportation.
The 2019 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Barron Championship Rings, proud sponsor and championship ring provider for the ACHA. Warrior Sports, the preferred stick supplier of the ACHA. The Dallas Stars. For tickets and more information, visit dallasstars.com. And Southwest Airlines, the official event airline partner of the 2019 ACHA National Championships.
Start of the second period here between the Kansas Jayhawks and the Fairfield Stags. Winner take all in Pool B. Kansas with a 23-game winning streak on the line. They're winning 2-0, getting ready to start the second period. Huge game. Justin, what do you expect in the third?
Well, I don't know if it's a winner take all, Todd. You do get into the semifinal. You don't technically win anything.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Winner take all to get in the semifinal. I've said that.
But,
yep, you're correct.
I mean, the third period, I don't see anything out of Fairfield right now. I mean, they're going to have to play a completely different period than they have in the first two, because the Stags just, I mean, they say fear the deer is their slogan, but I'm not fearing anything right now if I'm Kansas.
Well, their defense has been pretty good. The offense needs to pick it up. They may have to take chances as the game comes along. We'll see. Jayhawks win the face-off. Steen will throw it along the boards. That's intercepted and thrown back in by Pearson. The winner will play the Sioux tomorrow. The games are at 4 and 7:30 in Frisco, Texas at the Dallas Stars Complex. Come on out there, plenty tickets available. If you can't get the games, they're on YouTube television with the ACHA network. Puck now bouncing along the boards right in front of us to the near side, played by Pearson. He'll throw it down the ice in Fairfield to retain possession of the puck. Long pass is not a good one, intercepted by McConnell. Kept in as he had it poked away from him. Shot wide of the goal and deflected as Bachman took it. 19-13 to play. The Jayhawks are up by 2. They made it thus far with wins 6-3 over Oakland, 7-2 over Tampa. Fairfield defeated Tampa in overtime 3-2 and Oakland 2-1. Puck played out to the neutral zone. Good job by Pearson not letting it go by him. He throws it into the Fairfield end. The Stags pick it up, does Gleason and company. They bring the puck up. It's Nearly who has it poked away from him by Glass. The puck goes now into the Kansas end off the stick of a Fairfield player. And now the Jayhawks have it in behind the goal. Kansas with it, up 2-0 with 18:54 to play in the third period. Pass went off Geary in the neutral zone and down the ice. Picked up by Fairfield. They'll throw it into the neutral zone. Now Kansas will retain possession of the puck. And it comes to the stick of Engel. Engel in on a wrister. It's blocked. Good defensive play by Nearly. Goes back to Engel. Engel will throw it out front, and his pass is intercepted. We've got a stoppage of play. Looks like played with a high stick. Or did we get a high stick? Now it's played with a high stick. Nope, it is. It is a high sticking penalty. Yes, it was. Stanton. So Stanton will go in the box for the high stick. Kansas will be on the power play, up 2 with 18:24 to go in the third period. I didn't see a play with a high stick, but somebody had a high stick away from the puck. So now this is an opportunity, Justin, for Kansas to open it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's already pretty much open. I think here they can close it, rather, with a 3-0 lead if they can convert this power play.
Chance to open up this lead is Bachman. He'll pass it over to Johnson. They'll give it over to Steen. They'll circle around and set it up again. Steen is one excellent passer. He knows what to do with the puck. It's poked away from him, though, but they keep it in, do the Jayhawks. Good job by Johnson to keep it in there. Steen with a shot. The pass from Johnson. Saved by Lonnie. Lonnie has just played one heck of a game for Fairfield as Smith comes out of the net like Ron Hextall. And the Jayhawks take it in behind the goal. Bachman with it. 17:20 to play in the third. 57 seconds left in the Kansas power play, and the Stags simply get it and shoot it down the ice as Smith will stop it in behind the goal. Ballmer in. He'll try to stop the Kansas player when he comes out from the net. There's a pass out there. A good one. Now it goes from the stick of Bachman to Engel. Angle pass over to Johnson. Good defense there by Fairfield to prevent Johnson from shooting the puck, which is a wise move. There's a shot wide of the goal. McConnell ramps it around the boards. The puck's hit the side of the circle. Now it has to be played by Pearson. Now it goes all the way to Smith, and he'll have to hold on to it as the Fairfield player shoots up a little snow at him and then taps Smith on the shoulder like, I didn't mean to do it. So anyway, that was Russell Mazzaro. That was kind of cute anyway. 16:37 to go in the second period. 14 seconds left in the Kansas power play. Still time to get it done. Gonna have to hurry though. Here comes Ryan with a puck. One fast customer though, he slips and falls. Fell by himself. A break for Fairfield. They have it in the Kansas end. Penalty is expired. Now Moreno has it taken away from him. Puck over to the side, the far side, played off the boards by Ryan. Here's a 2-on-1, but oh, great. Pretty good defensive play there by Fairfield. Laying out on the ice after he bumped and at least cut down the angle for the pass after he took the hit. Pretty smart play there. Fortunate at the same time. Here's Longfield with it. Longfield trying to get through three Kansas players, can't do it. Jayhawks have it along the boards. That's Fisher. Fisher will throw it along the boards inside the goal, and now we got a stoppage of play.
Yeah, Todd, I'm seeing a lot of guys now. We've seen some people slip. You mentioned it, some people hit in the deck, and you got to wonder with the humidity down here in Texas if that's having an effect on the ice. Wouldn't you agree?
It's possible. I haven't seen it a whole lot, but this game I've seen it more than others. Stanton with it on the face-off. Jayhawks win it. They can't clear it, though. Goes right to number 14-0. Nearly almost got himself a goal. Here's 91, Delatorre. He had it taken away from him. Here come the Jayhawks. Oh, great. Bachman had it poked away. Here's a chance for Gleason. Shot blocked. Shot again. Another shot. Stanton had a chance. Now they get it out. And there's a shot by Geary. And now wide of the goal. Now we have a stoppage of play. As Fairfield had an onslaught there, about 3 or 4 opportunities as the net looked like it just got dislodged a little. Huge break for Kansas. Good sequence for Fairfield. All right, 15-18 to go in the third period. 2-0 Kansas. Anderson in behind the goal. They'll wrap it around the boards to Manson. Manson with it. He'll throw it out. Good pass over to Bachman. Boy, that was a nice pass. There's a long one. Pass it avoided McConnell. Puck goes off the boards and in behind the goal. It's wrapped around to the far side. Here come the Stags with it out in the neutral zone. They have it in the Kansas end. Shut off the stick of Ballmer. Blocked. Good defense there by Kansas. McConnell got it over to Bachman. Bachman's wrapped up against the boards by Russell Mazzaro. And now Fairfield will take it away and shoot it down the ice. There the Jayhawks play it off the boards. It'll come to a Fairfield stick, and look who's got it. Lees has it. Lee's trying to keep it in. He does. Tried to get it to number 6, Sample. He had it poked away from him. Good defense. Here's Manson. Shot on goal and a wrister. And Lonnie will hang on. 14-18 to go in period number 3. Jayhawks clinging to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I don't know if they're clinging. I think this 2-0 lead's pretty much well in hand. I'm surprised they didn't score on that last power play, though, Todd.
Long way to go. Long way to go in this one. Fairfield in behind the goal. They'll play it along the boards. See who fights for it along the corner. My view's not really good there. Several players. Comes out to the stick of Pearson and a shot on goal. And Lonnie will hang on to that one. Anything can happen in these games, you know. I've done a couple of miracles already in this tournament. Utah State was down 3-0 to Marion and came back and won it in overtime. killed off 3 5-on-3s inside the last 8 minutes, down 3-2. Scored with 8 seconds left and then won in overtime. That was an incredible comeback. It's never over. Lonnie will come out of the goal. They'll wrap it around the boards along the far side. Pass missed Monero. Now it comes to Johnson. Stick shot, though, on the turnover by Glass. And he almost made him pay for it, as Glass has got a goal already in this hockey game. He'd have had another one. It would have been a big hole for Fairfield to come behind. But nevertheless, they're only down by 2 with 13:36 to go in the third period. All right, Fairfield wins the faceoff. They'll play it down the ice. It'll be picked up by Steen. Steen with it in behind the goal. Steen with it, still with it, being chased by Delatorre. He avoids Delatorre, comes up to the faceoff circle, avoids Gleason. Nice move there by Steen. He'll throw it all the way over to Bennett on the other side. Bennett will take a hit from Nearly. Jayhawks have it as shot by Steen. It got through everybody, got a piece of Lonnie. Puck along the far boards, and now Fairfield will get it and shoot it down the ice, and Smith will have to stop that. There's Smith with a wrister. He'll get it to Pearson, who tried to get it to Olsen, but it came to a Stagg instead. There's a pass off a Kansas stick down the ice. The Jayhawks will have to chase that one as Gleason chased a Jayhawk player. He threw it along the boards. Pearson had it. He had it poked away from him by Longfield. Longfield doing a real good job here in the third period of being a pest for Kansas. His forecheck and back check's been great. There's a turnover, but I think Longfield's going to get caught with a penalty here, and he is frustrated. He's like, what did I do? But it's going to be a tripping penalty. No doubt about it. So big power play opportunity here on the trip with 12:24 left in the third. If you're Fairfield, you've got to stop them here. So the face-off will come down to the Fairfield end of the ice as each players kind of slowly go down there. Next 2 minutes is critical in this hockey game. No doubt about it. Shots on goal, 35-21 for Kansas. Here's Steen with it. Throw it along the far boards. Over to McConnell. McConnell being harassed by Geary. Good job by Geary. He took it away from him, ramped it around the boards. It's not out. It's in the corner. Now it comes to the stick of Steen. He fakes the shot. High slot shot wide of the goal was Fisher. Boy, he had an opportunity there. Here's Bachman with it. Shot right out in front. Right at the doorstep was McConnell. And what a save by Lonnie.
Yeah, but you see McConnell go down. He was in the slot. He slips again on that ice. You got to wonder about the humidity, Todd. Wouldn't you agree?
I'm not so sure. I mean, I guess a little bit, but each team has kind of slipped from time to time throughout the tournament, and I've even seen it at each rink. 11:48 to go. 1:22 to go in the Kansas power play. Bachman with it in behind the net. Now he comes out with it, does Bachman. He's in the neutral zone. He's now at center ice. Bachman will wrap it along the near boards. It'll come all the way to Engel. Now they get it over to McConnell on the backhand. It's blocked. And Fairfield will throw it out to the neutral zone as Steen has it. Here comes Steen. He's dangerous with a puck, but he hasn't poked away from him. But it comes right to the stick of McConnell. He's bumped after he shoots it. And Lonnie will wisely hang on with 11:11 to go in the third. 47 seconds left in this critical Kansas power play. Shots on goal, 37-21 Kansas. And they have predominantly carried the play throughout most of this hockey game. Justin, you're correct on the puck position. They've had the puck at least 65% of the time. Puck shot down the ice. That'll be picked up by Smith behind the net. Molk will get that one. Here comes Molk. He'll get it up to Pearson. Pearson back to Molk. Pearson coming in the Fairfield end. Molk with it. Molk will throw it over to Pearson. Now it's swung over to the other side. Shot on the goal on the stick of Manson, saved by Lonnie. Got deflected. There's another shot, just went wide of the goal. Here's Molk with it. He'll leave it over to the stick of Pearson, who just shot it wide of the goal. There's another wrist shot. Saved by Lonnie. The power play expires. 10:20 to play in the third period. Another shot on goal. Boy, it's the Lonnie show for Fairfield. Outstanding goaltender, keeping him in it today. 3-on-2. There's a shot blocked. Great defensive play by Pearson, but it's picked up by Geary. Side of the circle. Oh, man, run the doorstep was Catalino. Smith got a piece of it. Kansas shoots it down the ice, and they'd make a line change very quickly. They had to. There's bumped off the puck was Ballmer. Now the Jayhawks have it. Pass by Olsen was blocked and taken away. Now it's along the far boards as they fight for it. Looks like Longfield's in behind the net. He'll throw it out. Let's see who gets it now. The puck is at the blue line, and it's still along the glass. Several players fight for it. One of them was Olsen. The other one was Ryan. Couldn't tell who the Fairfield player was. Number was being covered. There's a shot and a wrister on goal, and Johnny on the spot, Lonnie again. And we have immediate timeout. You're listening to the ACHA Division III National Championship from the Children's Health Star Center in Plano, Texas. Kansas leading at 2-0. We'll be back shortly.
The 2019 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Budget Car Rental, the preferred rental agency of the ACHA. Hogan Transportation, official tournament partners of the 2019 ACHA National Championships. Edge Protect, protecting goalie skate blades since 2004 and official sponsor of the 2019 ACHA National Championships.
Shots on goal, 38-22. The men in white hanging on as Fairfield's had some spurts here in this third period. But Kansas is predominantly Justin carried the play.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the 2 goals, and with Fairfield not being able to generate any chances on offense, 2 goals looks as if it's going to be enough. Now, there's 9 minutes to play, and like you said, Todd, I mean, really anything can happen.
Anything can definitely happen, that's for sure. Johnson will play it along the far boards. It'll go to Glass in behind there. He's tied up. Can't tell who the Fairfield player is from here. It looks like one of them is Stanton. It was. Now the puck is in between the 2 circles. It got poked away. Picked up there by Fisher. He'll just throw it into the Stags in. The Stags have got to get offense, and they got to get in a hurry if they want to play tomorrow. A tie is as good as a win for them, though. They would advance. All right, here we go as Engel has it. Engel trying to go in the Fairfield and shot. Oh, that handcuffed Lonnie right there off his shoulder and chest. It almost went in, and luckily for him, it did not. Fairfield still behind 2 with 8:12 to play. A tough team is Fairfield. They're hanging in there. There's another shot on goal, and Lonnie will corral that. And that was off the stick of Johnson. So 8:07 to play. Time is starting to become a factor here, Justin, a little bit. Yeah, he'll pull him right out of the face-off Bachman and put in McConnell instead. It didn't matter. The Stags win it. They win the face-off. They need to win all of them if they're going to get back in this one. Here's Fulmer with a wrister. Shot saved by Smith. Loose. Shot, oh, right in front. Catalino didn't get it all, and he'd love to have that back. He was bumped, though, as he tried to shoot it. Good defense. Here's McConnell. McConnell just playing along the boards. He'll take the bump from Lees. 7:35 to play in the third. There's a shot on goal by McConnell. It just went wide. Here's Pearson. He'll leave it. It's backhanded in the slot. McConnell didn't hardly get any of it. Now they turn it over. Here comes the Stags, 3-on-2. Here's Vaughn with a shot. Got a piece off a Kansas player off the stick of Lees, and we have a stoppage of play. Looks like we're getting a penalty. Looks like it's going to be on Kansas. It is. So the penalty's on McConnell. This is it right here for Fairfield. This is it, Justin. Get the power play goal here, and you're right in it. Two minutes for slashing on Kansas. On McConnell. 7 minutes to go in the third. Still time for Fairfield. Here they come, 5-on-4. Shot blocked. Looked like it went to Smith somewhat. Now it does come to him. And he'll hold on with 6:54 to play in the third. 1:40 in the power play. Kansas clinging to a 2-0 lead. Still hanging on to it. One goal would put it away for sure. But Fairfield, they get one here, they're right in it. Engel fighting for it after the faceoff. He couldn't get it out, though. There's a shot off the stick, another opportunity. It went from Geary to Jordan. He almost deflected it in. Another player was on the doorstep. That was Fairfield. And luckily for Smith, he held on. Fairfield wins another faceoff. That's critical on the power play. Puck in the corner. Now Monero has it. Monero has it side of the circle. Now he's at the top of it. Now it's thrown back down low. Wanting the puck is Geary. I don't blame him. I'd want it too. Fairfield, they get it down low. They try to get it in. They do. They do. We've got a hockey game. Got it somehow through the angle of Smith. And it looks like it's Moreno on the goal. The power play goal makes it 2-1 with 6:24 to play in the third. They're right back in it, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, you cut the lead in half right there with that rush at the net, and you just send it in, you crash it, you poke at it, try to push it by. And it was a good strategy from Fairfield. Like I said, this team can score. I mean, they're only down one now, so 6:24 to go. We'll see what goes down now in the next 6 minutes.
Huge goal. Smith, it just somehow slithered by him. He had a great angle to stop it. Kyle Moreno keeps Fairfield in it. 6:05 to play in the third. Now you're going to see the body check and pick up here without a doubt. The team that stays disciplined is going to win this, though. Can't take any penalties. Puck went off the stick of Waserstrom. Now the puck is retained by Fairfield. Pass intercepted by Fisher. He's got it back from his line mate. He bumps Stanton off the puck. Jayhawks shoot it in off the stick of Bennett. Now the puck is in the near corner. It's played off the boards. It avoid a Fairfield player. Now the Jayhawks retain it. Here comes Kansas center ice. They'll throw it all the way over to 12, McConnell. McConnell was the one that was in the box for the slashing, and it costed Kansas dearly. 5:15 to play in the third. Time is precious here. Gleason in the corner with it. He's still with it. He's taken off the puck. Picked up by Anderson. Now it's over to Bachman, and the Jayhawks get it out. Here comes Kansas. McConnell chasing. Fairfield's able to get out in the neutral zone. Now the puck is in the Fairfield end. They take it away to the Stags. Fans thought it was offside, and it was by a tick. Justin, we've got a barn burner here, buddy. 4:51 to play, and Kansas up by just one.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see Fairfield get on the board. The shot's 42-27 now. And neutral zone face-off. And the Stags win it.
You know, this is the pace, though, in terms of the score that plays into Fairfield's favor. It was a high-scoring game. I think, it wouldn't be a problem for Kansas. But the fact they've held the Jayhawks to 2 goals, nobody has done that this tournament, and they've held Johnson scoreless, who's had 2 hat tricks. There is that man, Johnson. He's with it on the wrestler's shot wide of the goal. Oh, it comes back out. Woo, it went right to Glass. Here's Pearson with it back over to Glass in the near corner. He'll bump along the boards with Jones. Jayhawks had it. They lost it. Comes right to the stick of Pearson. He'll shoot it in. 4:08 to play in the third. Time's becoming a factor. And Fairfield's offsides, and they're frustrated. His Balmer definitely thought he was not offsides.
Yeah, I mean, Todd, and that's honestly the greatest point you've made all game, seriously, about this game playing into the hands of Fairfield now. You keep it close. You're in the game now in the closing minutes. Maybe you can get this game-tying goal, but you're right. If it was up around 4, 5, 6 goals, that definitely helps Kansas out. But it's definitely now Fairfield's ball game here.
Linesman has a conversation with the head coach of Fairfield. That would be Michael Silva. Now the face-off is in the Fairfield end after the discussion. Just 4:05 to play. Seems like forever for if you're Kansas, because the clock can't go fast enough, and if you're Fairfield, you want it to go slow. There's a shot off the stick of Vaughn. It almost got Smith. Now, Jabira with it. He'll play it along the far boards to his teammate Vaughn. Vaughn takes a big hit. Here we go. Here is Bennett. And we've got a stoppage of play.
Yeah, it was a huge hit on the far side boards right in front of Fairfield's bench. And Kansas was about to have a drive there.
Offsides. Boy, that was huge there. Boy, Bennett goes in on goal and tucks it away. Fairfield's in a major hole. Here come the Stags, though. They've played hard today. They're just facing a team that may be a shade better than them. We still have 3:25 to determine that one.
It really doesn't matter, though, if Kansas is better than you. I mean, you got the game close. You got the game close. This is what you want.
You're right.
So I'm happy right now if I'm Fairfield, but 3 minutes, you got some time. Just got to get it at the net as much as you can.
Justin, wouldn't it be incredible if Fairfield ties it? They go into overtime. They would love to keep the score a tie because that means they move on. You're so right. There's a backhander who goes out of play by Manson. Could you imagine that? It comes down to goals allowed. And this has been a wonderful hockey game. I'm not sure if I like that rule in terms of overtime after 10 minutes that's still a tie. Maybe they can do a shootout or something to determine it. And I'm not a big fan of the shootout, but something is better than leaving it a tie, in my opinion. For a playoff game, because this is like a playoff tournament / game. It was a regular season, leave it for a tie, but not in this case. 2:44 to play. In the third, there's a shot out front. Great save by Lonnie. My goodness. He just took all his candy out of his pocket. Man, Lonnie is on fire today. Here's Engel with it. He'll plop it into the Fairfield end. Stags do a great job to get a glove on it. Here's an opportunity for nearly trying to get it around. And we got a penalty, I believe. Boy, it's going to, yep. Looks like we've got 2 minutes. For obstruction, I believe. No, it looks like it's a hold. I apologize. It is. So, wow. 2:13 left, and Fairfield will take its timeout. with 13 remaining, 2:13 remaining, they'll have a 2-minute power play. They won't pull the goalie here, Justin, I don't think, because, you know, you've got the man advantage. But they may try to pull it inside 45 seconds or 30 seconds to try to tie this up. And if you're Kansas, this is an awful time for a penalty.
Yeah, not what you wanted if you're Kansas. I mean, you're already having difficulty stopping the Fairfield offense, and now you're going to give them an advantage here. So Fairfield's pretty much got the advantage for the rest of this game.
And the Jayhawk penalty kill, Justin, has not been really good this tournament. It's below 62% now. It's ranked 13th. A lot of stress on the penalty kill.
Yeah.
A lot. We'll see what happens here. Face off deep in the Kansas end, Justin. This is going to be a barn burner. Everyone at home, hold on to your chair, your seat, your couch, kitchen table, whatever you have, because this is coming down to the end as Neary has it. There's a shot out front, deflected, and they score! Oh my goodness! That'll change the whole game right there. The Fairfield bench mobs the goalie, and I believe it's Longfield that got it. Look at he's pumped up. We're tied at 2 with 2:04 to play. 2 power play goals by Fairfield.
Wow, unbelievable off the draw.
You're right. Isn't that so important to get that face off? That's a perfect point, Justin. Right off the draw. Wow, got traffic in front of the net and everything. Wow, now we've got one heck of a scenario. But I don't think if you're Kansas, or Fairfield, you can play for the tie. There's just too much time remaining. You do that, you could lose it. Tied at 2. Here's Pearson in the corner with it. Kansas knows they've got to get a goal or they're going home tonight, whether it's now or a potential overtime. Because they're going to lose on the goals allowed tiebreaker. 1:25 to play. Here's Pearson with it. He'll play it along the far boards. He'll get it back. He'll throw it into the end. He'll play it right, and it bounces right to Lonnie. Boy, this just changes the complexion of the game, doesn't it, Justin? Holy smokes. Wow.
Well, yeah. But honestly, you could argue that it was headed in this direction because it's exactly what Fairfield wanted.
My goodness. Here we go. Pearson, the wrister. Shot blocked. Here's a chance for Fairfield to possibly get the lead. Poked away from Gleason. Picked up and just wide off the stick of Stanton. 1 minute to play in the third period. This is one of the games of the entire tournament. Steen has it. Stay with us here on YouTube TV. Don't go anywhere. Bachman has it poked away. Here's a chance for Fairfield. They score! They score! Stanton gets it on the turnover. 3-2. 43.5 left. The Stags are going nuts on the bench. 3 goals inside the last 10 minutes of this hockey game. And now Kansas is really in trouble. Justin, you got your head. You got your hands on your head. You can't believe it. I can't believe it. This Kansas crowd can't believe it.
I mean, fear the deer. Talk about Fairfield and this play in the third period just to keep it close. And they were within striking distance. And then to tie it and then to go ahead in the closing minute. I mean, you're getting beat on shots 44-29. But the shots they've had, they've made the most out of. And I mean, the play speaks for itself. I'm speechless, Todd.
Oh, looks like Kansas took a timeout, so each team has none remaining. I'll tell you what, I'm speechless too at the moment, but we got to talk. Your Kansas here, after the face-off, if you get the puck in the Fairfield end, you've got to pull the goalie, right? You got to pull him. You have no choice. Wow. I've been standing all game, and I got to sit down. Incredible hockey game. What a comeback. The Stags have stunned Kansas. Stunned them. 23-game winning streak. On the line. They fight for it. The Stags get it. There's a shot deflected. Puck's in the corner. Time's ticking. 33 to play. Jayhawks have got to have something here, or there's no tomorrow for them. The 23-game winning streak goes away along with everything else. Puck in behind the goal. In the corner. The Jayhawks have it in behind the net. They throw it out front. Picked up by the Stags. The net is pulled. Smith is out. 6 skaters. 12 to play. Steen with it. Time running out. 8. Shot blocked. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Shoot. Got to shoot. Oh, no good. No good off the stick of McConnell. And they mob Lottie, who's the player of the game, without a doubt. You got to name him the #1 player of the game. Look at the crowd. Look at the Fairfield crowd. Listen to this crowd. Listen to the crowd. Incredible. Fairfield down 2 with less than 10 minutes to play. They score 3 goals and win it. They'll advance. They'll play the Sioux tomorrow. Grand Valley State will play Michigan. I don't know what time is each game. We'll find out. But games are at 4 and 7:30 over right by where we're staying next door at Frisco at the Star Center. And what a game, Justin.
Oh, just unbelievable. I mean, Fairfield to stay in it. They never quit. They absolutely never quit. They go down 2-0 in the third period. They score 3 unanswered goals, 1 in the final minute, the go-ahead goal. And they're playing their best hockey right now. What a third period from the Stags.
You know what? They play the Sioux. You know, Fairfield does, right? They play the Sioux, Justin, and the Sioux is a leading scoring team in this tournament. They're the leading scoring team in this tournament, and Fairfield, after Michigan, has allowed the least goals. So we've got 2 contrasts here going in for this championship semifinal. What a game it was. Fairfield wins it 3-2. You're listening to the ACHA National Hockey Tournament on YouTube television. Good night, everybody.